Penelope just smacked fire from Andy's face, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chester for Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 8, Episode 5. Okay, y'all, so first thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on tonight's episode down below. Look, they had already released this clip where Andy had got slapped earlier this morning, and I watched it and I was reading the comments, and some people were saying, it's about time Andy got smacked. And then they were saying they on Penelope's side and they understand why she smacked her. But my thing though, she said, you and Gary think y'all get away with doing this to us or whatever. And Andy was telling Jordan to tell her, because I'm like, why didn't he just say, Andy was only marrying Gary to help Jordan? I said, why he over there? He on hush mode. Then on next week's episode or whatever, now he's trying to intervene. She done smacked her and Andy finally looked like she defended herself. And now you want to intervene? Really? But okay, y'all. On tonight's episode, Andy was checking on Gary. They didn't go back to the scene where he had started season or whatever. But yeah, she was outside the hospital room or whatever, and she was trying to ask the doctor about him. And here come Hudson. Hey, what's going on here? I said, if you don't get your... I skipped the part. First, the doctor did end up saying, Gary had a seizure and he's doing worse than before. Or whatever. Then that's when Hudson came and he was blocking again, threatening to sue the hospital if they don't get on board and stop Andy from seeing Gary. And I said, you just afraid that when he wake up, he gonna want Andy right there. I feel like he's upset, like I keep saying, that Gary got so involved with Andy and they messed up everything they got going on. But I've been seeing a lot of things. Some people feel like Hudson was involved. Some people feel like he's in love with Gary. Some people feel like, him and Gary playing that out. I said, I'm ready to see. I was hoping by the end of this episode, they gave us a little sneak peek or something, a little hint, a little clue. And I also was saying, like, they can't tell. Maybe it's going to take them a while or whatever. Maybe they haven't done any lab work or something like that. Because I was like, they can't tell that something was injected. Because ain't they supposed to be able to tell? I don't know. Maybe later down the line, they'll find out. I'm ready to see who did it, y'all. I'm ready to see if it was more than one person. Okay, so we might as well get the whole Karen Salon thing out the way. The lady still talking about she want $400,000. I said it didn't take much for them folks to get up talking about some, what did they say? Rooster Rich's wrecked our edges or something like that. I said it didn't take them long, huh? So y'all know that episode synopsis that says something about Miss Marie and somebody named Valerie. That lady must be Valerie. Her name must be Valerie or whatever. But yeah, she want $400,000. She got these folks over here chanting this and stuff. Talking about she gonna sue them if they don't give it to her or whatever. Pam and Karen freaking out. Karen saying she shouldn't have invested. She should have, what she said, vetted it or something like that, tested it out. I said, well, you supposed to do that anyway. But the whole episode, they was chanting Rooster Riches, wrecked my edges, wrecked our edges, or whatever they said. Miss Marie ends up coming in. Well, before that, Trey. I like that he was defending Pam. But yeah, Miss Marie ends up coming in or whatever. And I was like, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh. Because she already was in the office with Hayden. She handed over the Rooster Riches case to him. She wants him to overlook the, business plan, make sure everything legit. And I said, oh my freaking goodness. Worst person you could have gave it to. Worst person. But then again, he might actually do his job. I said, but then he definitely gonna find out that they ain't got nothing straight the way they should have it. And we got to backtrack again because I forgot to mention that Hudson mentioned to Andy that he knows Robin is representing Andy. I said, you watching her still? But yeah, Miss Marie was already in Hayden's office when he arrived. I'm so sick of him. And they need to hurry up. They need to hurry up, clear her name, because I'm so sick of him. He going to stick it to Fatima for as long as he can. And I said, he under the wrong impression. He saying some things, that's his job, Andy getting fired and all this stuff. And I said, sir, sir, you should have been out of there, to be honest. I said, if not for the work you do or don't do or whatever, for, what's it called? Harassment. For harassment. I know Fatima ain't the first person he harassed. I know she ain't. But, yeah, they was talking about business or whatever. I already said that, she put him in charge or want him to look over the business plan for Rooster Riches and everything. He was talking about all the cases you got and this the one you want me to do and all this stuff. He went to talking about Andy. Kept talking about Andy over and over again. But he ended up mentioning Andy and the whole Gary situation. And she was saying how him and her both know that Andy would never harm anybody. I wonder if the plot twist was that Andy actually did do it. But no, I don't know, y'all. But yeah, he over here, he just keep on saying Andy about to be out of there and everything. Then Miss Marie started flirting again. Rich and Sabrina, not too much happened with them. He came by to visit. I think he asked her to lunch, but she said no, she had to work. I said, isn't she in the office now that has a clear door and everything? They can see through it. I don't know. That's what it looked like last time Maurice was in there. But yeah, she told them they need to do some work and get back to work and everything. But you over here in the office with him. You over there in the office with him like folks can't see you too. But yeah, Paige and Maurice was arguing over doggone pen. I said, it's going to be some more problems. If I'm not mistaken, I know they said something's supposed to happen at the airport. But I think they also said another customer comes in. I think she has a complaint or something like that at the bank. Yeah, I think that's what the spoiler said. But Danny ends up calling Sabrina. She was drunk, so that's when Sabrina left to go meet up with her. Then you got poor Andy over here. I said, Andy, since season 1, these folks been doing you dirty. They been folks slapping you. They was trying to jump her. I don't know if that was season 1, 2, or 3. I don't know. But they over here jumping her, talking crazy to her and everything. And she just be taking. But Andy was thinking back to her time with Gary and when she was talking to him in the hospital and then he started seizing or whatever. She started freaking out. She drinking and stuff. She started throwing the wine glass that she had. What did she say? She said she'll never be controlled and manipulated by a man again. I said, by no woman either. I said, don't let no woman do it either. Because she done came here. Look, I said, wait a minute. I said, then what got me about that scene is not the fact that she got slapped, because Andy, again, people just be doing her any type of way. It's the fact Jordan was on hush mode. She told you at the end of season 7 what she did and why she did it for. Why didn't you tell her? Now I understand because he wouldn't want, they was trying to keep it on the down low or whatever. But now the fact that the girls know and everything, Gary done got stabbed. I want to know why he didn't tell her. Because obviously, I'm assuming she don't know. We don't know yet until next week's episode. But the way she talking to my son, you and Gary or whatever, y'all not going to get away with whatever she said. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Then, and it was like, tell her. At first, like, I seen people saying, when they dropped the sneak peek earlier this morning, they were saying, maybe it's a dream. I said, okay, maybe that's what it is. We're going to assume this is a dream because why would he stand there and not say anything? But then again, on next week's episode, they showed Andy was trying to get to Penelope and Jordan was in the middle of them. So we'll see. We'll see. I said, that's right. I said, you stood there and let this lady slap her. I said, let her slap her back. Let her slap her back. What you thought this was? I said, yeah, Andy done got a backbone there. Andy hang around people. Y'all remember, I brought this up before. Y'all remember, I want to say it was season 1. I don't know why I keep saying everything was season 1. But y'all remember the bar fight. It was Alonzo, Sabrina, Preston, Danny. They was fighting and everything. I said, Andy, you been hanging around these folks and even Karen, you been hanging around these folks and you just let these folks do whatever. But how do y'all feel about Andy getting slapped? Like I said, I seen a lot of comments saying it's about time, she deserved it because she got them in this situation. They was already, I think Andy was the one who said, she feel bad because she got Penelope and Jordan in this situation or whatever. But yeah, a lot of people were saying she deserved it. Some people was like, they brought up how Penelope over here want to act all bad and hard with Andy, but didn't have that energy for Gary. I said, oop. I got to add something on to Miss Marie and Hayden. So what did she say? She was like, she was like, you welcome or whatever. And he made a comment about, why was she saying that? It kind of seemed like she insinuated that the only reason she has a job is because of Robin. She talked to Robin or something like that. And I said, huh? I said, wait a minute now. I know Robin said that day in the office, he was like, keep your enemies close, keep your friends close and your enemies closer or whatever. So I was like, is she responsible? I said, look, these people got all type of connections. Fatima wanted to know, what Miss Marie and Hayden was talking about. I said, I wonder if she heard what she said about, him still having a job or whatever. I said, look, Zach and her gonna end up putting everybody on the board. But she went home or whatever. Might as well go and finish with them. Fatima went home, and that's when she told Zach it's some foul stuff going on. Her concern is the fact that she feel like they trying to one-up Andy. She trying to protect Andy. I said, at some point, Andy got to protect herself. Andy got to look out for herself. She probably going to have to clear her own name at this point. Zach and Fatima still trying to clear their names and prove who did it or whatever. So Robin, he already done printed out Robin picture and the little name tag thing, name label. And then Fatima ends up talking to him about Miss Marie, so she getting on the board as well. Look, everybody, the whole town gonna be on the board. But they was talking about Hayden and Gary or whatever. I said, wait a minute, Fatima forgetting, right? I said she forgetting that she don't know. She doesn't know yet that Hayden found out about Tamara and Gary. That's what it is, yeah. And the last people we got is, what's her name? Sabrina and Danny. And I was confused. Maybe I'm just forgetting some of the storylines or whatever. But they was talking or whatever. Cause Danny was drinking and she was talking about Tony, and Sabrina was basically trying to tell her he didn't do nothing wrong. He was just trying to help you out or whatever. Her whole thing is she feels like he trying to control her. She brings up the point about how they don't like when women try to change men, so why you trying to change her? I was like, I get both sides of the situation or whatever. She also talked about, their sex life or whatever, how they was doing it a lot, but now they haven't been doing it since the whole Gary thing. I said, technically, y'all haven't been doing it before then. Cause remember, she was trying to sleep with him on one episode or whatever, and then he kept stopping her. And that's why we was talking about, did he cheat with the ex-wife or whatever? If I'm not mistaken, it was the same episode that he ended up leaving without his clothes. And she was like, you rather leave without your clothes or whatever? And I was like, yeah. So that happened way before the Gary situation. But yeah, they was talking about that or whatever. Tony and Rich ended up showing up. I almost forgot the part that I was confused about. Okay, so when Sabrina was trying to encourage her or whatever, she made a comment. And she was like, he's not like the other person or whatever. Talking about Preston. Then they said the name Preston or whatever. I said, wait a minute. I said, was Preston trying to change her? I said, I could have sworn she was the one that always had problems with what he was doing or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he did try to change her. But like I said, I see both sides. I see why she's saying, he trying to change her. He should have talked to her. Yeah. And then on the other side of things, I see why he trying to help her out. But yeah, I think I covered everything. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day, a great rest of the night. Be safe.